This is Stephanie at Hightower Stitching. Today's video is increasing my free motion quilting motif ideas, and the one I'm going to show you is the half angel, and then I also have a little tip for the day. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been working on the half log cabin. Showed a way to do it in an assembly way that you could do it by hand or on the sewing machine. This is the third one, and this one's my more male looking or boyish dark colored one. And the center, you can see I did boxes, and then the outside edge, or where there was light, then that's where I practiced some of my free motion quilting. And I got down near the end and I came up with wanting to come up with something different to put in the box, and that's where the half angel came from. And I started thinking about what my goals are when I'm doing my free motion quilting. And I think, well, one, I want to try to do something that's a continuous line as much as I can, that I don't have to stop and cut and knot off. Number two, I want it to be simple enough and nice enough that I don't have to use the seam ripper and rip out. Three, I want it to look kind of pretty. And four, I want to have some fun doing it. I want it to flow. So the one that I worked on, this is my half angel right here. And that's just because my husband looked at it and said, oh, that could be an angel. Now I've moved over to my third grade sketchbook, and I like this one because it's great for practice, because you can draw the lines and you don't have it just fits. So the first one I did was like a 2-inch to show you how I did it, and it's about 3 different moves. And start here and go up. I love circles, so it went around. And I've been doing a lot of feathers, so I said, well, what can I do that might look something like a feather? Then I just sort of wrapped around. Comes back up, and then I'm ready to get out, and I've got to get to my next shape. So I just come down and gracefully, much more gracefully than that when you're sewing, come up and around, go out and hang on your feather or your arm, and then come down. And the one that I had done was the 1.5, was nice, and that really wasn't too small for those 3 moves. And then that down here, the bottom is a 2.5, and you can actually do that. And when you get done, you know, you want to go for something like that, and you see what could be like an angel. This is my sashing sampler, and here are my newest ones, which I started for you just to see how big and even how little they could go, and it was easy. So I want to go through the motions with you. Been having some fun with my sewing machine, so if we stop, then we'll just have to stop. All right, remember, it's the 3 moves. We're going to go up. I'll make a big one. Going to go around and do a round circle. Swing out. I love that. That is so much fun. Then this is the next part. Swing down. And you're ready to swing up to the next one. And go around. Come down. Swing down. And all of a sudden I got a baby there. It's a little baby angel. And you could just keep going and going and going and making your angels. That's the half angel. And today my tip is using the selvage edges of your material. I've been saving these forever. You can see I got quite a collection. I just couldn't throw them away. And I've used them to tie shoes together to go to the Goodwill. I've used them to tie up comforters when I roll them all up and then tie them with that. And yesterday, I said, well, what else could I do with them? And I found 2 things. One of those is binding. I make a lot of binding, and I made a quilt that had about 4 inches of binding, and that's a lot. And in the past, I have wrapped them around cardboard, wrapped them around plastic lids, And that's okay until I actually get ready to use it, because what I do is I go sit down on the sewing machine, quilt's in front of me, I throw the binding over my left-hand shoulder down onto the floor and pull it up as I go through it. So yesterday I said, I'm just going to make this into a big loop, and I tied it at the top with some of the selvage to hang on the hanger. Then I can hang it in the closet. The other thing I did is I went in the blue drawer and I was trying to find some thread that I wanted, and I thought, I'm going to need at least 2 spools. I don't think one will do it. Well, it's a real pain to dig through the drawer trying to find the colors that go together, and that's where I came in with an idea to put for my spool. Okay, so what I did was I took my 2 spools. I took my selvage and I said, well, how am I going to poke that through there? I'm not going to do this much if this is a pain. But I found that if I took a pencil and I hooked it on the end, I could get it to slide through pretty easily to the other side. So I did that one. And then I did the other one, poked it, and poked it all the way through. And I was ready to tie those at the top. And then I figured out that I could tie them together, and when I have that extra bobbin that's got thread on it, I've got it right there, all of it together. And then I figured out one more thing, that, well, I had 3, and I said, what am I going to do? So I hooked, this is funny, but I hooked 2 together, and then I hooked the third one together, because when I look in that drawer and I see all the blacks, the different colors of charcoal and blacks in the black drawer, this makes this a lot easier. This is Stephanie at Hightower Stitching. That was today's Half Angel, and another tip for using selvage edges. Have a great day.